Let's call him Andy. Andy had been married at 19, but his marriage was annulled when his wife got pregnant from another man. Since then he focused on his career, and we'd found we were kindred spirits in a lot of ways, regarding K-12 education. I talked to Andy. He said something to me that changed my whole mindset. If you don't like the hander, dealt change the deck. I realized I had two problems. I made more money than Dave, and he had more time than me to be the primary caretaker of the kids. The second issue was actually kind of easy at every district office. There are jobs that are fast tracks to higher positions, and there are jobs that administrators suffer through one of these. Did end regulatory positions was open again. I sat down with our district superintendent and asked about being transferred to that position. At first he was shocked, but I told him that it was my time to take one for the team, and it would fill a hole in my admin experience. He agreed. It was really just crunching numbers with no personnel or student interaction, so I could set my schedule, even take a laptop home and work there with my new free time. I began taking the kids to school, picking them up from school and taking them home. I'd help them with their homework. Make dinner goal was to become their primary caretaker. I can't explain how much I really enjoyed taking a more active role in their day-to-day lives. My salary hadn't been reduced, so I needed to find a way for Dave to make a lot more money than he was in his current nursing position. I remember Dave being mad that his supervisor told him, "In the future, bachelor degrees will be worthless, and everyone will need at least a master's degree." Dave had worked hard to get his bachelor's, and that supervisors commented all over his hard work. I talked him into starting a master's program. I told him that since I had a much more flexible work schedule, I would keep taking care of the kids. He was reluctant at first. Then I said, "You could have every evening free to study or go to class, whatever you want to do." I saw his eyes immediately light up, probably thinking that he could spend more time with Paula to make sure he was actually completing his master's courses. I paid his tuition and fees directly to his university. It was going to take him between 2 to 3 years to finish. Those years were rough at times. I could tell every time he was rushing off or coming back from seeing Paula. There was an excitement or sense of satisfaction in his eyes that just wasn't there when he was doing his coursework. I had to either smile or pretend I didn't notice. My temper got short at times, and I found myself in arguments over petty nonsense. A couple of times I almost flew the whole charade, having to bite my tongue and apologize rather than scream insults at him that he deserved, and remained my confidant. Through all of this, I'd recommended him for my previous fast-track position, and he joined me at the district office. Andy was qualified, hard-working, ambitious, and only needed his foot in the door to impress the higher UPS. I even got a few pats on the back for recommending him after he impressed everyone. Andy and I started our own affair. You can now check if there is a part 3 by pressing share and more.